Welcome to a new episode of We're Not Afraid of the Dark. I'm Adam, joined by Ben and Ashley, who are doing this podcast as the first time as a married couple.
Yeah!
Yay.
Yeah, I feel like it's been I think March was the last time recording, but we're recording this episode, The Tale of the Vacant Lot, in early July of 2019. And there's 2 episodes that we haven't put out yet. They will be on the podcast by the time this one comes out. I'm going to try catching up a little bit, so we're finally back on task. We just all got a little busy. They had a wedding to plan. Now I'm engaged, and plus I'm in my busy season. So yeah, we're hoping to put more content out. We have people reach out to us. Thank you, by the way, for our dedicated fans who are wondering where the fuck we were.
And thank you to RJ
our
continuing
Patreon.
on our Patreon.
Yeah, he's covering our hosting now. Now somebody else can cover our alcohol expenses and time and travel costs, right?
Thank you.
My travel costs.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Hey, here.
Oh yeah, there's my shot. Bowmanberry, Secret Strong. Was this a double?
They're double shot glasses. I didn't fill it all the way up.
Well, cheers to podcasting again, finally. Cheers, Ace.
I'm coming for you.
I'm going to, I've sipped this on the podcast.
Yeah.
Tasty. What do you guys think?
That is
It's
nice.
it's good.
Oh, yeah. We also have a special shout out to this fucking hater we had who gave us a review. Here's how the review went. Anybody who's following us on Instagram probably saw this, but I love an amateur podcast. It's all I listen to. I'm not looking for a super produced glossy pop, but I unfortunately find this one listenable. The main host, me, has a voice that makes it really hard to understand what's being said, and they don't bring anything to the table as far as commentary. Fuck you, asshole. Have you listened to our podcast in terms of commentary? Did you listen to more than any 10 seconds?
He
of
barely
this?
stops talking.
Yeah. It's a mostly unintelligible episode recap. I think they meant to give this review to a different podcast of Why You're Afraid of the Dark, by the way. Without so much as IMDb research beforehand to prepare, yeah, fuck you. We always mention that in the episode, so I don't know where you came out of here. There are other, here's the thing that gets me. There are other Are You Afraid of the Dark pods that are far more listenable. I recommend those. And their username is a bunch of numbers that look like a social security number. I have a feeling this is another podcast that does Are You Afraid of the Dark trying to sabotage us, Ben. It has to be. So
There aren't that many.
Yeah.
There aren't that many. So
well, when we started this podcast, I knew of 2 of them, and then it became 3. Right now, I know of about 10 different ones that are active or inactive. But I got a challenge right now. If you're listening to this right now, you got to step forward. I want to know who you are. Okay. Send me a message on Instagram, and we're gonna have a little conversation live on the podcast about this shit. How about that? Yeah, we are faded. Anyway, here we are, episode The Tale of the Vacant Lot. Ben, I can say I had no memory of this episode at all, and I can tell you why. Do you remember these shit fucking episodes we had in season 5?
yes.
All right, I was 12 years old at the time that this was airing in 1996. So around puberty age. I remember watching more adult shows around this time, like Seinfeld, Married with Children, a few shows on Fox, especially.
Frasier.
Right.
And after we saw this shit episodes as kids, I remember not thinking to myself, "Oh yeah, they really had poor production of this." I remember just not liking it. I think I turned the show off for a while.
So, I do remember this episode.
Okay.
Just from the, I guess the character of what's her name, Maria or
Maria, they call her. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the woman in the black straps.
Yeah, you knew as soon as she came there with her face covered up that her face was all fucked up. You knew that, but
Still told the story well.
it sticks out with you. That carries on, and you remember that shit.
Yeah, we started the Midnight Society with a show and tell session. Gary brought a Harry Houdini autographed portrait. Someone has a bracelet. Sam. Somebody pulls out a Hank Aaron rookie card, which is worth a few $1,000s.
That was Tucker.
Yeah, I wonder where they got that from. It's almost like the baseball in Sandlot, right, where he just steals that of his stepdad's collection, just to bring it, show his friends in the person.
Right.
Poems of Edgar Allan Poe, but Stig didn't bring anything. Kiki just ups and pulls that snow globe out of her backpack and says it's most valuable because she's had it since she was a small child. And there's different kind of value on things. She says she wouldn't trade it, but Tucker says it would depend. Then Kiki says, "Well, it's trading for your life." And in her story, sometimes the price you pay is more than you bargained for.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah,
That line's actually pretty good.
Yeah, well, it was a good
That
setup.
line is actually pretty good.
We're then transported to what I'm assuming is a high school, based on the age of the girl here, who's a main character named Catherine, who I believe is probably about 15, 16 years old. maybe. Well, she falls flat on her ass at this track and field meet. The actress, by the way, is Jean Marie Barnwell. Her last acting credit was like 1998. She was on Seventh Heaven, and she was also on the sitcom. I don't know if you guys remember. It's called Second Noah.
No.
Nope.
I think that was on UPN as well. It was around the same time as Seventh Heaven because it was their like Christian-based sitcom.
No.
Okay.
The only episode of Seventh Heaven that I remember, because I mean, that was one of those shows where like I really didn't like watch it because it was like you watch like Growing Pains and Family Matters and all that other shit, but then like
Who's the boss?
Yeah, Who's the Boss? Like the family sitcoms or whatever. The only one I remember is when it was like this little kid in like a school or whatever shoots the preacher who's the dad or whatever, and it was like, oh, kids are bringing guns to school now. Like, if only they knew now.
Well, the one I remember is when they're trying to help some girls with a gag, and they say like you can't just tell me to leave. And sure, he gets beats up. There's another episode of like a cutter. That's my first time hearing a cutter experience. But we should dive in and see if there's a Seventh Heaven podcast. Maybe we're on our mock territory here.
Was there an episode where Jessica Biel's character got a tattoo? I feel like I remember that episode.
Maybe.
Yeah, I didn't watch that. No, that's more of a sister Camille's territory.
I didn't really watch it either, but I feel like I caught that one.
At the track and field, what I assume is a practice. Yeah, she's falling her ass, and there's some guy with their shirt on who's playing soccer. We assume it's her crush.
I mean, you got to play soccer with no shirt on.
Yeah. We meet her sister. Her name's Joyce. They part ways on the track and field beat, and then Catherine is met by this wind blowing and sees this unique building. I didn't know what to call this, by the way. I wanted to call it a gypsy shack or an altar or a shrine.
Hold on.
It's in the vacant lot, though.
So you jumped ahead just a little bit. During the track and field, she ranked 4th place out of 5. So a mediocre performance. She's like, I'm just
second last, right?
Yeah, she's like, I'm just average, and like she's like, yeah, nothing really crazy with my life and all this other shit. And then that's when she leaves school and she sees like that pavilion or like little.
Well, let's just call it the shack to make it easier. It's on the vacant lot by the school, okay?
Yeah, it's not like a shack, but
and there's always some like shit ass house by some of these schools.
More
By the
like
way, I
a
know
placebo.
there's few in Aria. There's like abandoned houses like right next door to high school. That's all like graffitied up. So,
yeah.
We meet the woman whose name's Marie, and she says she's been waiting for her, and she knows exactly what she needs. Catherine says she has to go, but then Marie just pulls out these new cross trainers where they are.
I've had people approach me saying the same thing.
Uh-huh.
I'm making no deals with them.
Yeah, they have what she needs.
Yeah.
She pulled out some New Balances or LA Lights. They weren't LA Lights.
LA gear.
No, it says show up or fly like she has before. She asked for a chase. She's looking for the ring that's on Catherine's finger, which she says was her grandfather's, and she can't give it up. It's the only valuable thing she has. And then Marie says she'll take something of no value, and it shouldn't matter what it is. Not automatically thinking, oh, this episode is going to have some moral stories behind it. It's going to teach kids about bartering and trading, by the way. So I want to bring this question up right now, because we do offer more than just an episode recap. Dumbass
Play by
motherfucker.
play.
Yeah. What was the worst trade you guys made as a kid?
It really wasn't my thing. It was my brother. He was the trader, and he always came out on top. I don't know how he did it. But he was like a little wheeling dealing fool.
If it was always like a really, really lopsided trade, usually the parents would step in and say, oh, shit, you traded your $300 BMX bike for, I don't know.
That won't do.
Yeah, a color block or something.
See, we didn't really trade. I mean, like, back when like Pokemon and shit first came out.
It was a trading game, right?
Yeah.
I never played it, but
I mean,
no, it
shit,
missed me by a couple years too.
Well, like when it first came out, like I collected or whatever, and like shit, if I didn't have something and I had double of something, I don't care if it's good or not. Here, you take that one, I'll get this one. But like with video games and shit like that, it was more of a, we're renting from each other. Like, all right, you borrow that, I'll borrow that, and then when we're both done, we'll trade back or whatever.
Yeah, that seems like a good fair trade. I remember trading a skateboard I had for my first guitar. And some people said it was a terrible trade, but like I didn't really wanted to play guitar, and like I made a career of it. So.
Yeah, look at you now.
Yeah, so that worked out well. I still longboard, but you're not going to be doing fucking kick flips and stuff.
Right.
She gives her the shoes, and then all of a sudden, Catherine has a newspaper in her face, and pretty much the shack has disappeared. It's on a vacant lot. Well, the new shoes apparently make her help make the cut, but as soon as she's afterwards, like she gets in a cat fight with some girl and acts like a bitch. She says she's fast and she's slow, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, like
she was just kind of snarky.
Yeah, she insults, like she's just like, like, because I'm better than you. Like, that's why I got in first, today. Like, I'm better than you and you're just worthless and all this other shit. Like, I was thinking that it was going to be like, something that she doesn't miss was like her, I guess, her good nature and all that stuff. But like, with like her, like starting to become a bitch. But I don't know, like the twist at the end or whatever, what she's really taking, like they could have maybe said something a little more. You know
the actress playing there is named Erin Sims, playing a character called Sue. She has some actor credits, but it says on IMDb, again, we do check this, that she left the show, one of the shows that she was on, Student Bodies, to be on the Power Rangers. That's not the Pink Power Ranger, right?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't see the Power Rangers in the IMDb credits, but she was on Degrassi.
See, I never watched Degrassi.
Yeah, I think it was on Network we didn't have. And then Eureka.
It was 2009. So I was in Africa, maybe California.
No, what network was that? Shit, I can't remember. It was a Canadian show though.
Yeah.
It came on the CW.
Oh.
She takes off her hat, and there she has a giant mole on her face. She looks
was it a mole?
I thought it was like a sore.
Yeah.
I thought it was a mole, a giant one.
No.
Right.
Either way, she had a thing on her face.
Yeah, it was
in her face.
Well, she runs into
pretty big.
She runs into her crush again. His name, by the way, is Eric. And this guy has some actor credits up into the day, by the way.
Well, yeah, I mean, he has those chiseled features that would carry him.
He's a pretty boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would carry him through.
You would have found him like 17 magazine next to Jonathan Taylor Thomas or something like that. He was also playing a teenage witch, playing Cole Harper. I remember that character name. I can't really place who it was though.
I think he played baseball.
Maybe he's on a future episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark as well. Well, they meet up and they're kind of shooting the shit for a bit. And then this other girl shows up, and not sure as his girlfriend or some other girl he's dating.
Something to note is when she looks in the mirror, that's when her face is all fucked up. Like
it's only when she looks in the mirror, right?
Yeah. Like when she had that sore or mole or whatever the fuck on her face, she was like, "Do you see that?" And her sister's like, "See what?"
Okay.
So she can't see it. It's only in the mirror that she's like starting to get grotesque.
Well, back at the shrine, she sees Marie and she's looking through some clothing racks at that point. And Marie says she has everything in her size. And she's like, "How'd you know I'll come back?" Marie says she has been where she's been before.
And they always come back.
And it must have felt good to win. And she wants to impress that boy. But Marie still wants this rank for some damn reason. I think she has a jewelry collection happening.
Yeah, well, she had like 6 rings on her fingers.
Yeah, I noticed that. Now she keeps wanting to make trades for things that mean nothing to Catherine. And she ends up walking out of there with a new outfit on. Now going home to help her little sister Joyce with some homework. And I didn't talk about this actress, by the way. Her name's Aloka McLean.
Which one has posed nude since they're...
I looked them up. Actually, none of them.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. So she was on an episode of X-Files. I think this is a child actress because the last one is in 2000. But she was just a Canadian actor they pulled up. This is common. Now, she starts asking evil to little sister, saying she's tutoring an idiot. And I was thinking, this girl's acting more like me every day. Yeah. you gotta talk down to people, motivate them at some points.
To make you feel better.
No, just motivate
to make you feel better.
Motivate them.
Yeah.
It doesn't motivate us.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll try some more tactics. Now, she looks at the mirror and has more of this like deformed facial features.
Yeah, she's got like lacerations on her face, like lesions. Like she's starting to look pretty rough.
plague.
Yeah.
Now back at the school, she starts talking to a girl. She kind of apologizes to the one she was a bitch to. And they're talking about going to this concert for the Blasters that are a rock band I never heard of. And at first I thought it was a fictional band, but actually this is a rock and roll band that formed in the late 70s in California. However, I think this is just a name that came out for the show.
It had to be.
It's the band, yeah.
Yeah. When did they stop?
Yeah. Well, they had a reunion tour in the early 2000s, but it looks like they're an 80s band. It could have been like one of the prop structures, like secret bands they want to throw in there as a joke.
Right.
Maybe it was one of those that like started here and then got really big in Canada.
Yeah, and they're not mentioned on the pop culture thing on Wikipedia either, so maybe I need to update this. But I remember back in the 90s, like it was common not to know about other music because the internet hadn't hit the way it is now, where I could listen to anything. I could listen to things from people in California, Idaho, South Africa, England, etc. Back in the 90s, it was a lot more difficult. You pretty much had to go to the import section of a record store to find that kind of stuff. Or I have a friend who was like really underground. What's wrong, Ben?
I'm starting to hit the bottom of that liquor.
Oh, okay.
You gotta stir it, baby.
No. I'm already committed now.
That's fair.
There's two different liquors in that.
She's excluded because of the she's gonna have two people go to the concert.
Mm-hmm.
Then she sees Marie at school.
Well, yeah, that's when she tried to like apologize to her friend or whatever that she was a bitch to. She sees Marie and then she's like, never mind.
Her name's Erin Highcock, by the way. Yeah, Highcock's last name. Highcock.
Oh.
Yeah.
And none of them opposed nude. Huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I thought she would have, but apparently it wasn't on there. Now at that point, I was thinking that somebody needs some Clearasil based on the way their faces are looking. But she runs into Eric again and asks about the concert because Marie just gave her tickets to it in exchange for something. What was it?
They didn't really clear that up. Yeah. She ran out. She even said she didn't want any of it.
Yeah, she said she didn't want the tickets because.
Oh, she's at home trying to find something to wear. It gets arguing, and there's the Vacant lot has the answer. That's when the little sister follows her there.
You skipped over Eric.
So
what about him?
All right. So
after she found herself with the tickets.
Yeah, Catherine goes in the bathroom after she sees Marie. Marie like appears in the bathroom and wants to is trying to give her these two blaster tickets, the last ones, and Catherine says, "I don't want them." Right? Because
she had caught on by then.
Yeah, because her face is getting all fucked up, and like no one else can see it except for her. But she says she doesn't want it, and then she leaves, and Eric comes up. They start talking, and then all of a sudden, Catherine has the tickets in her hand, and she's like, "Well, what are you doing Friday night? I got these two tickets to the Blasters." So yeah, that's what happened, okay. And then there it is, like. The night of, and she's trying to find something to wear. And she's like, well, the sister was like, well, why can't you just wear what you're wearing now? Which is the outfit she got from Marie. She's like, because he's already seen me in this.
Yeah, she just went out of school the other day, and she was sweating and everything. Had the boob sweat going on or something.
Sure, whatever, Adam, whatever you feel, I guess. So she goes back to the vacant lot and just starts fucking grabbing like everything, right? She's just grabbing this whole new outfit. Yeah, I already know the bargain, whatever, So that's when the little sister follows her. And little sister comes in all fucking punked out.
Yeah, she looks a lot better after Brie helped out, right?
Yeah, she looks like a punker chick. And yeah. So then they get arguing about Marie. Like, you don't know what you're giving, you don't know what you're giving up, blah, 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 So, yeah.
But they both still looking informed. And that's when they run into Marie, who has the face mask off.
Well, see, the thing is, when they look in the mirror that time, the grotesqueness actually is in real life. It's not.
They can see it on each other.
Yeah, right. It's just not in the mirror anymore. Like, they're actually fucked up. Eric's downstairs with the mom wearing his sweet ass white, sweater,
linen pants.
sweater button up.
Wait for the date, right?
Yeah, waiting for Catherine to come downstairs, and they like sneak out the windows, go to the vacant lot, and that's when you're talking about Marie's got her.
I always love these kid shows that Are You Afraid of the Dark, when the kids apparently always live for a 30-second walk of where they need to get to. Like, we grew up in town, we had to probably walk 20 minutes to get everything, right?
Yeah.
Now are we at the part where they meet Marie, who's looking normal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. She says she has everything she wants now, but Catherine says, "Oh, no, you don't, bitch. I got this ring still." However, apparently when Marie puts this ring back on, she says, well, she's like throwing tickets and everything. Like, I don't want all this. It's ruined my life.
Mm-hmm.
He's still sipping.
This is kind of like Twisted Claw.
Yes.
The real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's also kind of like that one episode we saw with the woman stealing people's youth.
So hold on. Yes, they're taking things from other things,
and kind of like the Scarecrow episode. What was that?
Yeah. Silent.
Yeah, Silent Servant.
Silent Servant. Yes. Yeah. When they were running track and field and shit, I'm like, oh, Twisted Claw, dog's gonna come darting out.
That was a great bit, by the way. That was fucking funny.
Dude, that was the first episode that we ever recorded.
Yeah, I think we did a compilation of just the most unintentionally funny scenes of Are You Afraid of the Dark. Because I don't think anybody's doing a top list. It's always like top villains or top stories. We need to do a top unintentionally funny scenes. That's gonna rate my top 5. Okay.
Okay.
The other one is in that one episode with the pirate, where that guy's like, "I hope you like it."
The water demons.
Yeah, the water demons. That was rough.
Yeah. Shit.
Well, we'll get to that in a future episode.
What the fuck was I gonna say?
We're at the part where it's the final exchange. Okay?
Oh no, hold on. So she gives her her grandfather's ring. Okay. And here's this is the one gripe that I have with this episode, because all in all, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I like this.
It's pretty good. Actually. Like, sure, you can tell as soon as you start watching it that it's going to be like, oh, morality, like, oh, appreciate your life, and like all this other stuff. But they don't explain what the fuck happened when she gave her that ring, because the girl, like, Marie wanted that ring the whole time, wanted the ring.
It's because the whole thing happened because she cared more about the material possessions than anything real in her life. The minute she was willing to give up the material possession for something intangible, the love of her sister.
Well, they could have just said that.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the deal was like, I'll give you the ring, you leave my sister alone, you like fix her fucking face because it's all fucked up.
And it broke Maria.
Yeah, and like Maria just like starts fucking withering away, looking like the goddamn crypt keeper and shit by the end of it. But
that's what we should be reviewing.
Actually, we got hit up.
We
got hit up on Instagram by a podcast that is doing Tales from the Crypt.
Really?
Yeah, and they want us to collab with them. So
that was like my favorite show when I was little.
We got some things coming up, by the way. So any more details on that, Ben, or you just gotta keep it discreet for now?
I think that's about where we're at. I think we're just working on the scheduling and all this other shit, because we've been busy as fuck. Like, it's been 2 months since we recorded? 3 months?
Yeah, maybe longer.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ.
No, a few other things I mentioned. Yeah, we're still working on having some people from the show come on. It's just, again, about scheduling. Also, I had a few authors of some new Are You Afraid of the Dark based books reach out to me. So I'm going to have some special messages from them once I get around to it.
So I have one as well that, well, you all right. You made a post about my life coach.
Yeah.
And I deleted it. Because I didn't want to put it out there yet, because he's actually working on a podcast himself.
Okay.
And it's not set up yet and all that other stuff. But yeah, once he's set up and stuff, like I've already talked to him. We'll give him a shout out, try and get him on. Like,
it's gonna hire me as producer, right?
Shit.
No.
So. But yeah, we got a lot of other, we got a lot of stuff coming, which is actually really good, seeing as I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do after Are You Afraid of the Dark.
I know what we're gonna do. It's gonna be some
hang it up.
It's gonna be some random comment for a little bit. To end this episode, by the way, Maria has dissipated or whatever.
Yes.
I thought the effects, by the way, were pretty decent for this. Like we could see her hand turn older and stuff.
Yeah, but see, other than that, there weren't really any special effects. There was, like, okay,
yeah, but
she's getting blown away, and then there's a piece of newspaper.
I mean, it was better than the Bookish Babysitter episode effects.
You're right.
They probably
What? Get the fuck out of here! I loved Bookish Babysitter.
I mean,
It
it's so
was
corny though. But this
Whatever.
episode's supposed to be. All right.
Oh my god.
Now at the end here, Eric, he's about to leave because he's sick of waiting. They finally show up at the doorstep. She's like, I lost the tickets, but finally he says, okay, I was just going for a walk. I want to get to know you. It's sweet, sentimental. Oh
No.
yeah,
He already.
It's not about the material
Yeah.
things.
yeah. It's another life lesson, right?
He already committed. He already committed to her that night.
Yeah, other girl found out. It's over. He's got to get all on board on this.
He's getting knuckles deep with or without the concert.
Well, I like how this ends as well, the Minute Society, because Kiki basically says the end, and Gary's just like, I declare this meeting the Minute Society closed, and like they don't talk about it at all. And then Gary's up with Sam, who's his crush at this show, is like, what'd you think of the story? Why did you fucking talk about this earlier? Like I know podcasting is this back then, but we had analytical things. My main question about this episode, yes, I did like it. What was the need of the vacant lot? Why could it just be a storefront? Because the other episode had that plot, or what?
Mhm.
Okay, because like the thing that appears to nowhere, but that was never explained.
They really didn't even need to they didn't need to name it the vacant lot, but it works because it was just in a vacant lot, I guess. But I mean, you think that the story is going to be centered around this, but it's really about this chick that doesn't appreciate her life, and she wants things. That's it.
Yeah, and to this episode, Tucker talks to Stig and asks why he didn't bring it. It turns out he did. It's a photo of his goldfish was the most valuable thing. I thought that was weak.
It's so cute.
That could have been something else.
He could have brought his
But he was
goldfish in like a
insecure.
Ziploc bag.
Ugh,
Yeah,
Carnival.
But it goes back to the material
it's been in his shirt the whole time.
Anything else, guys?
I mean, it was a
pretty good.
it was a half decent episode. So
I that's my first time watching it when I saw this for this podcast, because I have zero memory. I didn't remember any characters at all, any plot points. But yeah, I enjoyed it a lot more than some other piece of shit episodes this season. That's for sure.
Yes.
Well, next week we have The Tale of the Door Unlocked, which is another one that I have zero memory of. Again, I just stopped watching. 2 more after that, so we're almost done the original run of Are You Afraid of the Dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a journey. Well, thanks everybody. Hey, Patreon, we need you. Be sure to get on there. Patreon, We're Not Afraid of the Dark.
Help RJ help us.
Yeah. Instagram, Facebook. We're more active on Instagram. We post a bunch of offensive memes and stuff. And what's happening in the studio. But you want to have for fun. See ya.